Welcome back to my channel. It's Handmade by Shirley. Now I just wanted to come on and to say thank you to all my new subscribers and to all my existing subscribers. I really do appreciate your support, all your likes. Remember to give thumbs up, they're very important. All your shares and all your hypes and just all your absolutely lovely comments that come on to this channel. I really do appreciate it. I will be coming on live tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. So I will be putting a template and some measurements in my community page if you want to go over and look at that. I'm quite busy today. I'm doing some wedding invites. So I've got some of that to do today as well. But I thought I'd come on with some of my recent card makes. I'm just trying to see if I've got any more because I tend to put them in different places, and I think that one's a card. Yeah, that one. I think we did. That's one of the ones as well. So I've got a pile here of just various different things that I've been doing, and obviously I've been doing most of them on this channel. So I've got this one first, which was this mixed media very large card, which measures 5 3/4 by 8 1/4. So it's just a big piece. It was just a piece of A4 and I just halved it. So it's lots of my favourite colours, mixed media type, just not too grungy at all. I put a little bit of, I had this tissue paper that I got with some Inkulicious stamps, and they just send you a little one of these. So I took a bit of that off and I coloured it and then popped it on the back there. But before that I'd already stamped some of these stamps. I have some frames that I have in my stash. They're just card, they're not silicone or anything like that. I've got these small paper dolls from Tim Holtz, and this is a Tim Holtz stamp, butterfly and stencil, and some stamps. So the stamps from Tim Holtz are all these ones that are on. Then I did a little bit of splatter and a little bit of colour. I can't remember what colour I used actually. It might have been broken china, I'm not sure. And then I stamped the butterfly but kind of haloed underneath, so I thought I'll stamp another one and I'll cut it out and I'll pop that on somewhere. So I just made a little sort of collage here in the middle, and then I added a little bit of what was this? Can't think just now. I don't know what that was I added, but I added something in the middle there, and I just placed them all on, and it was pleasing to the eye, and then added just these hello with love. So that was a card I did. Then I got some washi tape from the washi tape shop. I had been inspired by Laura from Meerkat Makes. She has got quite a lot of videos on this, so I've been inspired to use the pet tapes that I have already, but I did buy a few more and I will come on with some more of them at some point. So I just popped whatever tape I had. I think that was the new tape I got then. I've not got the washi tape at hand, but anyway, I made a little design, then added a sentiment, added some sequins and layered it onto some green, just sort of colours that would go with the colours in the washi. And then this was another washi one, which was the same tape that I'd got there. And I did put a link, I think, in this video to say where the washi tape was from if you were interested in it. So that was those. and then I just layered it with a slightly sort of different colour in the background, sort of more in keeping with these, and popped a sentiment on. Then this was part of my collaboration with Gummiapan, well, with Misa Print even, and I had this dress die, and I did this quite simple spotlight kind of on pink with the dress by using 2 white dresses either side and a nice pink one in the middle. I had this nice stripy paper that I'd got in a prize from Amber, and then I just backed it with some blue, and this is on white silken weave, and this was another prize from Amber where I just cut it into more of a smaller circle so it would fit in there, and then just added some sequins. With this one I did a sort of Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat technique with the dress, where I embossed it with dots, a dotty embossing folder, and then I used the reverse side so that it would be debossed, and then I popped yellow into the spots and then dragged some ink over the top, and then at the very end I went over it with glossy accents just to give it that shine, and then just mounted it with some of Amber's paper again and some navy blue. So that was good. Then I did some strips. I've got a couple of these, but I did give some away, so I don't have them all. And this was for Lynn Contenta Crafts. She does a challenge, and it's called Scrappy Scraps and Things, or Strips even, not things. So I decided that I would do this using these Paradise papers that I've had for ages in my stash, and I have kind of used them mostly now. So I did this design on that, and then these cards, so that was using some of these as well from that same piece of pad. So this was just a sort of play one using these papers, but this was for the Fancy Fold Challenge, #Fancy Fold Challenge 2023 that I did, hosted by Monica Lakluska, and this was the pop-up easel fold. So these are my own papers, so I've made digital papers of my own, and these are mine. So I used the butterfly or big moth, whatever you want to, probably a moth, in the middle, and used the rest of my papers. And then I put one of the cutter out pieces for the inside, and I've put gold round it all because I think that gives it, it just lifts it a bit. So there's that as well. Then I came on the other day to do Wing It Wednesday for Jenny's Crafty Corner. She does this challenge every month, and I thought, well, I'd got these new dies from Stamping Up's clearance rack, and I thought, well, I've not used them, so I'll just make something with them. So I made this rainbow. I did a inky background, and then I cut the rainbow out, and I stacked this up. I put it on the background stacked this up onto pads, and then I inlaid this part, and then added some glittery bits as well, and then a sentiment. And then I had pieces left over from the bits that had been cut out here, so I thought, oh, I'll just make another rainbow card. So I just made this off screen, so that's quite nice as well. And then these were the last video. These are Inkulicious, and I love playing with lots of Inkulicious stamps. So I did this one inside an arch, and I did the this stamp set, which is really nice, and the stamp set, it'll be on my last video, so if you have a look at that, it should all be in there. I can't remember offhand what this is called, this stamp, But I inked up the background, then I, using the stencil of the art shape, and then I stamped over the top with black VersaFine ink. And then I added a few wee bits of Wink Stella and just edged it round the edge with a black pen. So that was one. And then I did this one, which is a sort of, this is a reflections one. And I did take a wee while to get this right, but I was pretty pleased with the way that it worked out. There's some various colouring in the background. This was one of the inkscapes, so if you look at the video as well, you find out what the inkscapes are from Inkylicious. Very versatile and good to have in your stash, if that's what you like to do. And then I just finished that off by putting a black border around the edge as well. These two cards are cards I did with my one-to-one lady. I have a lady that comes every fortnight on a Friday morning, and she likes, we do a one-to-one session. I did used to have more people to my channel, to my crafts, but they seem to have kind of gone off and did other things, which is absolutely fine. But this one lady, she likes coming and she wants to stay coming, so she does a one-to-one. So what this is a stencil from Sweet Poppy, and what we did was we just did an inky background using Distress Oxides, and then we used some, I couldn't find some of my stuff, so I had this circular sort of something that was on my desk. I was actually keeping it for when I do some gel plates, because I've got a new gel plate that's big. It's like 12 by 10 or something like that, 8 by 10. So, excuse me. So I said, oh look, we'll just use these. So we used the top of a bottle just to stamp the smaller ones, and this other bit, which was the inside of something. So that's how we got these circles. And we did this part, which is a stencil of the seahorse, with the interference inks from Lisa Horton. And hers was a purpley colour. Mine's is more of a green and a sort of copper colour, goldy copper shimmer. So yeah, they were both really different, but they were lovely. And then backed them on this blue linen sort of metallic. And then I had some of these little trinkets in a box, and they were perfect and fitting for this design. So we popped a few of these on. So that's that card. And then this was the other card. This was the one we did first. So this one was, I drew a heart shape in pencil, and then we just stamped round. I think I did the bigger stamps. The pansies were first, then the medium, and then the smaller ones, and then all the sort of foliage, and then rubbed out the pencil, because you could still see it under these stamps. And then I did a splatter because I made such a mess. I've got bits everywhere, and then I just put this over the top, and this is matted on some Lavinia patterned paper onto a white card base. So you know, that came out really well, and I do like that. I've got another couple here that as well was done in a class. So these were Inkylicious, not Inkylicious, they were, I've got a sort of stand on the back, so it'll stand up like that, because this is probably not finished off. I could probably put something else on it. So these are visible image stencils, and I think we just went through those with, I think it was the interference ink as well, because I've got a shine on them. And then I stamped this vocalist and did some music, which I think's upside down, but silly me, should know being a musician. And then I just went over a bit with some Wink of Stella, and I think we were making the card this way, but Shirley got it around the wrong way, so she had to end up doing that and then put a wee stand at the back. But it's fine, it works out fine. So that card, and this card was an Art by Marlene one, which I did. And yeah, it's just a shaped card with some layers. I did that on a video a wee while ago. So that's something different. So these are the things that I've really been doing over this probably last month or more. I just wanted to share them with you. Do let me know what you think. What I might be doing is, when I'm doing a live, I'll probably be coming on, as I say, well, we'll come on tomorrow. So it's a live craft along. So I can send to my community page the measurements. I can send a wee sketch as well, maybe. And you can use all your stuff in your stash. And we'll probably try and do 2 cards in the session. It's an hour, but we'll probably try and do 2, maybe 1, depending on what it is. And so please try and join me tomorrow at 2 p.m. GMT here in the UK. I'm not sure what it'll be anywhere else, I'm afraid. And I did say I was going to come on at 7 o'clock as well. So I'm thinking I probably will come on at 7:30 it was. So and we can do something different for that, and I will put something up for 7 p.m. 7:30. So if you miss 2, you could come on at 7:30 if it's more convenient. If you can't come on at 7:30, come on at 2, or just come on simply to watch. But it is basically, well, it is predominantly for a craft along, a chat, and those who join in will get the chance to win the card I've made, and also maybe another goodie. So yes, please do think about that. So that's tomorrow at 2 and tomorrow at 7:30 live here with me. So thanks so much for watching. Do let me know what you think of all these cards, and if you would like any of these cards, do let me know, and I could send you one out. Probably just in the UK, I'm afraid, because the international postage is quite pricey. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow, if not before, at the live craft along tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Bye.